I guess I come off as not scared of shit. Because they were like, well, I want to go to the nurse's office and get condoms, but I'm scared. And I was just like, well, I'm not scared. Okay, let's just go get it.
You could do that? You could get condoms at the nurse's office?
Well, better protected sex than passing around STDs and babies.
Were they free? I fucked up. Because I bought condoms when I could have just went to the fucking nurse's office.
So what I found out...
God damn it.
What I found out when I went to ask, and this might be the caveat, is that your parents had to agree for you to get them.
Oh, you have to sign a paper thingy. Oh no, I don't want my mom knowing what I want to get.
No one does, and that's the caveat. Like,
pay the $6-7.
Quite frankly,
yeah.
it should have been. Don't ask, don't tell. You know, like if a 17-year-old is willing enough and has the perspicacity to understand that I'm willing to ask an adult for condoms.
Yeah.
One, they want to fuck that badly, and two, they're gonna be smart about it.
True. That doesn't mean that it's not weird to ask an adult for condoms.
No, of course it's fucking weird.
As a teenager.
No, yeah, of course.
And going, like,
it's fucking weird, but the thing is, and this is, what I think is amazing, and, as I've gotten older, my mom has been a lot more open about things about shit like this with me.
Uh-huh.
Like, I asked her, because, like, I know what kind of a man my dad was. The man had 6 kids with 3 women, you know?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm the fourth
secret family.
Not secret,
Not secret. Damn, he fucked up. See, my dad, he's got a secret family. Nobody knows.
No, he just had a kid with one woman. She was really young, he was really young, and he dipped like the dipshit he was. Immediately met another woman. They had 2 kids. They were married, had 2 kids. But my dad was a prick. So when he came to California and brought them, she went "fuck you" and left and took the kids.
And took the kids.
And then
she made them.
Yeah.
He just provided the fucking salt and butter or whatever ingredients you need. I caught you before you sipped. Good. I'm always afraid of that.
Fuck.
I'm always afraid of that. I'm doing flappers tonight, and people buy drinks and all that shit. And they eat food, and I'm going, okay, these people are eating, and they're sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
What if I do it? If I do the joke?
Are you afraid of being in the splash zone?
Well, thing is, they're in the splash zone. They're in the splash zone because that's when the comic will go like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" In case they do crowd work. That's the splash zone.
So your splash zone is them spitting their food out.
It could still be splash zone on me because what if the joke is so funny? They take a bite of whatever, like cheesy bread or like a drink or whatever, and then just spit take all over, because I'm scared. Because I'm like, yes, it's also a restaurant, people are eating, and so I'm not doing like the dirty material until later, but I'm always thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, this guy just ordered a fucking steak in front of me. What the fuck?
But Flappers has a food requirement. Their food's so expensive.
It is, but
it's in Burbank, and
it's in Burbank.
You've got big names and headliners. Like, I went to see Adam Conover at Flappers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been there tons of times. Yeah,
he did his D&D bit where he went, I would reroll them stats. I mean, what did you get? Like a 9 in intelligence?
Oh my god!
What did you get this time? A 9? That's an improvement. And my entire table exploded in laughter.
Oh,
and
nice.
He looked over and was like, "That's the D&D
nerds.
table.
That's the D&D table."
He's like, the fact that they just started dying. And then he continued to refer to us for the rest of the night as the D&D table. And we were just like...
Was he in the small room or the main room?
The one off to the side?
The main room, yeah. Yeah, I'm there every Friday. Not to plug, but I'm there.
No, plug.
I'm there every Friday at 7, and they feed me and they give me stage time, so I have no complaints. It's great.
Oh my god, they feed you?
Yes, they've been.
I'll do a lot.
They've been very, and that's $20 right there, and that's 2 shows, so I could get 2 meals if I wanted. I could, but then by the time the 9:30 show rolls around, I'm thinking about the kitchen staff because I've done that job, and I'm like, why is somebody fucking ordering something at 11 o'clock? The kitchen is 10 minutes away from being closed.
If you're that fucking hungry, go to Del Taco. Or
Taco Bell. I'm not. I'll just get something simple. Cheesecake, it's in the freezer, boom, no cooking, no nothing, just for the second meal, I just want cheesecake. And I'll walk away with that, and I make it simple.
You a cheesecake.
You can make cheesecakes in Tears of the Kingdom, dude.
I got one.
You got one?
I got one from an NPC, and I literally, right next to my husband, was like, "You get cheesecake!"
That's such a low thing.
He just fucking ignored me and kept playing his game.
It provides like super low health. It's not even that great, but it's like you're excited over such a small thing.
Because it's like, well, because most of this stuff is like what? Shit that you think would be easy to make. Mushroom skewers, meat skewers.
Yeah, basic
steamed
bitch
this,
shit.
steamed that, salt grilled this.
Yeah.
And then next thing you fucking hear, cheesecake. And I'm like, man, I threw shit in a pot and I got cheesecake?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, Link.
I saw the poster for, in one of the stables, I saw a poster. We're going into the game now. Fuck it. We're going into the game now.
It is not a hard
Yeah.
game.
This is, I took a week off of doing the podcast because the game came out, and I'm like, I need a break.
Dude, I'm fucking unemployed, and it is fucking with my mental health. I've been employed since December.
Oh, shit.
Beginning of December. Yeah, they laid... the company I was at laid off 2/3 of their employees.
Ugh.
I think 2/3.
Weren't you working from home?
I was.
Yeah. That's so fucked up.
They laid off 2/3 of their employees, which is funny because, not... Can this be off the record?
That means they really want to get rid of people. If they're, like, digging into people's stuff... That happened to me when I was working at the club in Oklahoma.
No fucking way.
I made a joke. It wasn't a good joke that was caught on Pauly Shore's Instagram feed. He was like filming us in the kitchen. He's just doing stupid shit. And I am a comic actor person. I see that there is a camera on me and that a creative person is behind this camera. Pauly fucking Shore.
And
I'm
shit
like,
turns on.
Yeah, shit turns on. I'm like, make a joke. And then I made a joke about, like, I said something along the line.
Honestly, that's honestly all I think it is. They wanted to buy yachts, and they fucking saw an excuse to lay off people and not pay taxes.
Yeah, it's so, like, why would you need... There's people that need a roof over their head. These guys don't need a yacht in there.
Right before Christmas. It was December 2nd.
Oh, God, that's awful,
No,
man.
I sat there around Christmas time and I fucking cried.
Oh, no. Oh, I feel you. I worked for a company that payroll was super late for the whole month of December, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, I want to buy gifts for my family and friends. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
No crying on my pod.
No crying. Red Bull only.
There is only stoic silence and complete fucking rage. There is no middle ground.
You're Irish and I'm Asian. That's part of the norm.
That's part of the norm? What? Anger issues?
Silence and rage.
Silence and rage? I can see that.
Mask sadness.
I can see that. I can see that.
What is it? What's that?
Covered by drinking.
What's the Asian phrase? Save face.
Save face? What's save face?
Saving face is how do I describe it?
Is that not showing pain in your face or any sort of like...
Saving face is essentially covering your ass? No. You
covering
know what?
your ass?
Fuck it. So I have this thing where
look it up.
Yeah, no. Like I know what it is, like instinctively, but you know, like when you know a word, but you're like, what's the actual Google definition?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Let's ask Google.
Yeah, we have all this amazing technology in our pockets, and people will still call my store and go. They will call my store and go like, "Oh, what are your hours?" Blah blah. Basic questions like that. I'm like, "Well, you got the phone number. I wonder how you got the phone number. How did you do that? What did you do? You Googled it.
Yeah.
What other information is there?"
Here we go. To keep others from losing respect for oneself or avoiding embarrassment.
Okay. Avoiding embarrassment.
Saving your dignity.
Okay.
Right?
Cats do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a very, I believe it was a very, it was an old Chinese thing that's kind of persisted. It's you don't want people to think of you as weak. The easiest example is my mom wasn't married to my dad when she got pregnant with me. She didn't tell anybody that I was born.
I see. Oh, wow.
Jasmine was also born before they got married, but her mom was coming to America to visit to help take care of us for a while. And this is my theory. This is honestly why I think my mom and dad got married. Her mom was coming to America, and my mom went, she'll find out we're not fucking married. We have to get married.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. She got married after Jazz was born, after my grandma came from the Philippines.
She'll dig into the paperwork, you gotta get the ring and all that.
Yeah, she literally only married him so that her mom wouldn't say shit to her.
Oh, wow, that's
honestly what I think it is. And I asked her one day, was that it? And she just started dying laughing.
Oh, no.
She didn't say yes or no, but I think dying laughing is a solid shit, she figured it out.
Well, she's saving face and using a different emotion to react rather than to go, oh, my own kid got me. Like, you got me. And parents don't like to admit when their kid is right. They never, even grown or not, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm getting into tidbit arguments with my mom as an adult.
Yeah.
And she's just like, fuck.
Yeah, my mom just is kind of my mom has what do you call it? She ends the conversation if she thinks I'm right.
Right, yeah.
Or if she doesn't think she can change my mind, she'll just end the conversation. She doesn't even want to bother.
Yeah, my mom's so stubborn. She'll just get quiet.
Yeah, but but as I've gotten older, we've had much more respectful conversations.
Of course,
about differing opinions.
Yeah.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
I'm so used to being shut down and being treated like, at the very least, if not a fiscal equal, an intellectual equal is odd.
Yeah, and you're married, you're an adult, you're your own person now, it gets to a point where parents just go, all right, I made that, there's the final product, and you're doing all right, so,
I mean, God, she's pushing me. Her and my mother-in-law are like, hint, hint, babies, hint, hint, babies.
Oh, they're giving you that talk now.
My mom, every time we walk the dogs and she gets tired and she can't pick up Menchie, who's like 26 pounds and old, so if you pick up a person, they do support some of their weight, because there's a difference between picking up an awake baby and a sleeping baby.
Right.
The sleeping baby's heavier.
Yeah, sleeping baby.
Even though it's the same fucking baby.
Right.
So she picks up Menchie, and Menchie just goes limp and doesn't support any of his weight. So you're carrying the full 26 pounds of dog.
Well, he knows it's like, oh, I don't have to do shit.
He's also old. His back legs don't work.
Poor baby. How old is he now?
He's 16.
16?
I threw him a sweet 16 party.
Oh, he's such a sweetie.
I baked him dog treats. I used whole wheat flour and cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese for the old... Oh, God. My dog should have died 2 years ago, but he's still kicking at 18.
Blessed
this dog,
be.
He's blind, he's deaf. One of his back legs is just... It's gonna give out any day now, and his teeth are fucked. We're giving him, like, really soft food and all that, and it's just... Dude, I don't know how he's still hanging on, but he's still hanging on for kibble.
Honestly, as long as the dog wants to eat, that's my go sign for, like, no, they're fucking fine.
Yeah, he still wants to eat.
Like, Menchie will go nuts for food. It's so sweet. So, he loves nothing more than eat. I've seen him swallow chicken nuggets whole without even chewing on it.
Oh my God. He's gonna choke.
That's how much he loves the food. He's just like, put it in me now.
Oh, God.
So when we would give him treats, we'd have to be really careful, and we'd have to be like, nicely. We'd have to remind him nicely, because otherwise it's like, this is my hand, this is his mouth. He would just be like...
He'll just go for it.
Go for it. But he can't see anymore.
Oh.
So now, instead of just like going for my hand, he goes nicely on default, because he knows if he goes fast, he might hurt us.
Oh, he's such a sweet boy. Oh. He's such a sweet boy. I love all dogs.
He's such a bastard, though.
Yeah.
He pees on things, and he's not gotten over... He's never grown past pissing on our shit if we annoy him.
Yeah. That's sort of like... He's kind of asserting his dominance that way.
He pissed on a bag of rice.
A bag of rice.
He pissed on a sack of rice. And the thing about sacks of rice, you know how they're like that interwoven plastic?
Yeah.
So they're not water resistant.
Oh, fuck, it gets in the...
Or no, they're not waterproof. They're just water...
Yeah,
they're just a little
it soaks
water
in there and...
And so I looked at this brand new 25-pound sack of rice, and in my head I was like, my dog just committed food crimes.
Oh, no.
And I wasn't...
Cook that up and feed it to him.
No, I wasn't about to throw out an entire 25-pound sack of rice. I get it. It's not the most expensive thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I don't have a job. I'm not paying rent to my mom. She's waived rent because I'm jobless.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's good for... Well, you guys have like this... You guys... So fucked. There's like an immigrant mentality where it's not exactly, there's no shame in like living with your folks and like supporting each other. Yeah.
You know what I think it is? Honestly, I think it's a byproduct of capitalism. You force your kid out at 18 so that they can buy a home.
Yeah.
Or pay rent.
Force them out.
You force them out because that is the American mentality, right?
Yeah.
At 18, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
I think that's honestly the mentality. It's if they don't get out, you make them pay rent.
Yeah.
I pay rent because I can afford to, and I want to help my mom because I fucking live here.
Right, yeah.
If the roof fucking has a leak and I don't pay rent, what the fuck, dude?
You just pay in housework and you fix it, or something.
Right?
Yeah,
or no, more like if the roof has a leak and I'm not paying rent, what the fuck am I doing with my money other than fucking around if I'm not saving it, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like at the very least, like I want to feel like I'm not. This is gonna sound really fucking adult, but paying rent makes me feel adult.
Paying rent, yeah, no, there's a little bit of pride in that.
Yeah,
like, yes,
the pride that I can do it. That's what I mean. Like I can do this. I can help.
Yeah.
I am a layabout gamer, and I don't fucking clean, but at least I pay rent.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's at least you could do that. I mean, I could relate to that, because I told you off mic that my brother's like he plays Warcraft like all fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Final Fantasy 14. Like,
yeah,
I run a guild. I have no life.
He's on it all the time, and he's employed. Yeah. Okay, do whatever you want.
Hey, Brad,
the thing is with him is that with Warcraft is that it is an addiction. It can get that deep because that's a type of game that doesn't end. It's just ongoing.
That's the MMO thing. It's so basically, hey, here's a level cap. In about 3 months, we're gonna raise that level cap.
Yeah.
If you want to access this new content, you better meet it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so
and there's always the mountain always gets higher, and you always want to climb it and beat it. That's just kind of how it is.
And he's going up against people that do the microtransactions that pay X amount of dollars for like armor or whatever the fuck it is. I don't really know the lore that well, but he was telling me that he was beating people that were paying money to get upgrades, this, that, and the other thing.
Well, money doesn't pay for skill.
Right, correct. So he told me that this guy that he beat this guy that was paying hundreds of dollars only to get his ass beat. So you're paying money and you lost.
Well, I mean, there's this old adage that I like to rely on. Mm-hmm. Get good.
Get good. Yeah, yeah. You gotta grind.
Good. Like what are you fucking mad about? Like. Mm-hmm. Learn how to play the game or don't fucking do this.
Right. I've always Tears of the Kingdom just came out, and I've spent this whole last week playing it. We're finally getting back to that. I mean, I don't want to look up stuff. I don't want to look up cheats, glitches, whatever the fuck. I just want to play the fucking game and have fun. And it's way more fun when you organically figure out the thing. I attached a cannon to my shield.
Wait, a cannon, not the rocket, the cannon.
No, the cannon.
How'd that go?
You fuse it and you guard and it just fucking fires.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. So you should do that.
Oh my god. I've been attaching cannons to swords and claymores, so I can be like.
Oh yeah, that's fun too. That was all like organic, and I did look at videos of like some of the vehicle crafting, but I'm not good at that.
Because some of the stuff is just so beyond you. Like the people that are like vehicle crafting are. Into that shit. These are the people that want to inflict as much pain on Clorox as possible.
Oh god, I did the worst thing.
Did you drop one in the ocean?
Well, I used recall to get him back. Because I saw him falling down. I'm like, no, and I pressed recall, and then he came back to me. I attached him to a car. I attached a little like rockets to that car and just fucking launched him on my own. I didn't take him with me. I'm just like, there's the green smoke. Off he goes. And I just attached car wheels and then a rocket, and then he just fucking went all through there. It was really fun to abuse those things, but it's mean. It's mean. I don't like doing that.
No, I don't. I haven't done anything mean to any Koroks. Mm-hmm. Except for one where he was at the top of a mountain and he wanted to get to someone at the bottom, so I absolutely dropped him.
You just dropped him.
I dropped him. No, there's no so it's in East Akala.
Uh-huh.
So I was on a mountain and the Korok has to get to the spiral
yes.
That spiral part.
I was just there. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was at the top of the mountain and his buddy is on the spiral. And I was just like, hey, you'll live.
You'll live.
You'll live.
He'll just go oof. Or
yeah,
whatever.
and I just I used Ultra Hand and I picked him up. I pushed him as far as the Ultra Hand would take him, and I let go.
Off he goes.
And then he fell, and then and at the bottom there's oceans and shit.
Yeah.
Or not oceans. Of course, it's.
Do they float? Do they float?
He landed.
They should float
on the sand.
Okay.
I didn't test if he floated. I actually just. I would push him as far as he could on a log, and then I would swim across and carry him the rest of the way, because I wasn't going to fucking run the whole spiral. No. I did beat the water temple. I got all the Zora gear, so swimming in the ocean is not a fucking problem for me.
I only went to Hebra. I only got the wind, because that makes traveling through the sky area so much easier.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
So, in Breath of the Wild, I did Hebra last.
You did that last?
I did Vomito last.
No! That's the one you do first!
I did the Zora. I did Zora, Gerudo. Gerudo? Yeah, Gerudo. Goron's, then the Rito.
Mm-hmm. Because the power up you get, you can like fly. You get the Gale, and you can fly around. It makes climbing easier.
And I did fucking everything else. And Tears of the Kingdom, I did the Gerudo first, then the Zora, then the Goron, and I'll fucking get.
You'll make your way to Hebra.
Yeah, I'm literally going. I'm actually going counterclockwise around the world.
I see.
Not intentionally. I actually got to the Gorons before I got to the Zora, and then I saw shrines, and I went, "Oh, shiny!" And I literally made my way east and south, and the next thing I knew, I was in like Zora's domain, and I was like, "Well, this is fucking a mess."
Well, you're already here.
Yeah, I might as well do it.
Might as well. I haven't gone there yet.
I like the Zora story a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate that temple.
Well, because it's Water Temple. That kind of goes with the trope of Zelda titles, is that the Water Temple is always
I honestly had that thought.
the hardest
but
one.
You know what's funny? It's not the water that's the fucking problem.
Uh-huh.
You haven't been there, so I'm not gonna say
Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I'm literally...
but when you get there, feel free to message me
and
be
I'll
like,
hit you up.
I get it. Because I was falling off shit constantly.
What I really like about Zelda games is that even though like the community is so strong to fight the fact that it's a one-player game and that it's not really a type of game where people can enjoy it together, you know, or like I die, it's your turn, or you die, it's my turn. Whatever.
Yeah, my sister and I, when Ocarina of Time came out, after we had beat the game for the first time, what we would do is we would trade off. So I beat the Deku Tree, right? So she would beat Dodongo's Cavern, then I would beat Jabu Jabu's Belly, and she would do the Forest Temple.
Yeah.
And then we would do it again, but instead she'd do the Deku Tree, so I do Dodongo's
so you
Cavern.
get to do
and
it.
My sister is much better at killing Baronade than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jazz, for making me feel like a shit gamer when you don't play video games.
You got you got the Deku trees. You fought the Phantom Ganon under there, right?
Yes, I did. Well, I got the Master Sword.
I just did that last night.
You technically don't have to if you land on the dragon.
Okay.
So what's funny was I actually saw the dragon. I was doing one of the Sky Islands above Central Hyrule, right? Or Northern Hyrule, right?
Yeah.
I was doing the test of power, the Power Island skydiving.
All right, I gotta go there next.
Yeah, and the dragon actually just passes right by.
He's just there. Okay.
And so I was actually about to go and just land on the dragon because earlier I was on Nadra and I was like, oh my god, if I actually allowed Nadra to do a full cycle.
Oh, cool.
While I was on this back because you know one of the first things they give you is like cold elixirs, right?
Yeah.
Chill elixirs, so I had a bunch on hand.
Yeah.
So I had enough for like the whole half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasted a fucking half an hour watching the dragon fucking go. But what I really like about it is that the dragon passes a lot of light, if not a lot of light routes, you can see them because you're above everything.
Yeah.
So I know that there are shrines above every light route.
Yeah.
That doesn't make the depths any less scary.
It makes sense. It's a lot. It reminds me of like kind of the Twilight Princess game and Majora's Mask, where it's like a darker thing, and then it's like a lasagna. The map is a lasagna. That's what I love about it so much, is that there's layers to it. They already took like what was easily like, you know, a contender for like Game of the Year, and they just made it better. There's no way it wouldn't.
The physics in this game is absolutely insane. You know, if you fucking play a Bethesda game and there are physics in it, you know for a fact that if you do anything outside of its intended purpose, that the game will just fling you into the sun.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like, hey, this cart's running this. One of my favorite stories about QA, actually, which is my discipline in game development. Hey, game companies, hire me!
Quality assurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a QA analyst. I would like to say I am, but we'll fucking see. So one of the funny stories I heard was, oh no. Why is it Skyrim?
Skyrim? Oh, yeah,
So you start on a wagon, right?
Yes.
So the thing is, when they would play the game, the wagon would suddenly just not move, or it would, like, fly off in different directions.
Uh-huh.
Apparently the bees had collision.
the bees had collision.
The wagon would run through a swarm of bees, and the bees had fucking collision.
And you would run into the bees, and then that would just send shit flying.
Yeah.
So then you have to tell them to, like, hey, take out the collision for the bees.
Yeah,
so
right.
I could play the fucking game.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or just something. I don't know what they did. I've never played Skyrim because I understand the kind of hole I fall into when it comes to, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to fall into a Skyrim pit, too.
Right. No, you don't. There's so much you can do. You can fuse, like, any weapon.
I have pets that need to eat, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You can fuse, like, any weapon, so that's gotten, like, they put those QA guys to work because they have to make sure everything works.
Not just the weapons, right? But, like, think about the physics of every single Zonai device, right? You have devices that hover if you hit them and leave them in the air. You have devices that rocket you in a single on a single vertex. You have fucking gliders that can move depending on where you stand on it. The fans affect how it moves. Like, if you have a glider and your fans aren't perfectly level, your glider will turn.
It'll fuck up,
one's just a little ahead of the other. Like, how specific the physics is, it's amazing that the game works as seamlessly as it does. The capacity for the creativity of players is highlighted in how airtight the physics engine is.
Yeah, there's like people who do 3D models. There's people that made like armored tanks, like stuff like you would look at slabs of wood.
Someone made a fucking Gundam.
What the fuck? Oh wait, okay. I think I saw the there was like a video I saw of a guy. He made like a large like plank stick figure type of guy. Gave him a dick.
The stakes. Oh, that one.
Gave him a dick that had, and he put the flame emitter at the end.
And Eddie like turned into a kaiju.
Exactly. It's
gave him a fucking smile.
Yes, Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy. You described it exactly right. They turned Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy into a kaiju, and I saw that they gave him like a fucking dick and balls. Put the flame emitter at the tip and put wheels on the legs, and he's just going around in a circle. It's just fucking insane.
You know what? I'll send you the video of the fucking Gundam. So basically, they took a glider. That's the arms, right?
Okay.
And
glider's the arms. Okay.
They used stakes as the legs.
Okay.
And then they put the motorcycle wheels at the bottom.
Oh my god, that's genius.
And it fucking shoots lasers.
That's genius.
And I need to know how it shoots lasers, like what are the, like, is there a device I just haven't, so I haven't touched the entire northwest corner, because I'm going clockwise. Are there devices I'm missing?
There's the dispensers that are everywhere.
Yeah.
Go up in the sky.
I literally chuck them full of things. I hate seeing the little question mark of things I haven't got, so I chuck charges into them until I have the full list.
Yes, so I've basically been exploring until I am happy with enough, like, having shrines and, like, stamina wheels and all that, because I don't want to get one shot, and I'm looking for more Great Fairy.
I found the Phantom Greaves, and I went, oh, I'm so happy.
The Phantom Greaves? Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I assume the Phantom head but chest piece also are 8, so that's, like, 24 armor.
Yes.
But I need to find them.
I need to. I found some good enough armor, and I want to get to the Great Fairy and power up that armor a little bit so I can confidently go through the rest of the game. You gotta get the Great Fairy.
I found them. I haven't done it.
Because that's how you power up your clothes.
I know it is, but I'm like.
So you don't get fucking one shot.
The problem is, I just keep exploring the world, and I don't get one shotted anyway because I don't let them hit me.
You don't let them hit you? Oh, yeah.
I am 100% a Muddlebud and Dazzle Fruit spammer.
I love that.
I'm just like did I tell you
you told me about the Dazzle Fruit, yeah.
Yeah, I murked a Molduga. I just hit it with a Muddlebud, and while it was too confused to run at me, I would get it with Dazzle Fruit. I would I would throw a bomb, it would eat it, and I'd be like, I was just here, and I killed a ton of. They made those fuckers so much worse.
The Moldugas?
No, the Gyarados.
Oh
Moldugas
shit!
are the same as ever.
I haven't been there yet. Is it similar to where if they lock eyes with you, you freeze?
No.
That doesn't happen?
I've never let them get that close.
Okay.
I'm terrified of them. I'm genuinely terrified of them.
Yeah.
I take a fire fruit and I shoot them in the head immediately, and then they hit the ground and they're done.
Oh, nice. Okay. Fire kills them.
But they made them. Well, I actually. That's a spoiler. You haven't been there.
No, it's okay. You could spoil it.
Any element does it.
Well, there's The thing is with this game is that because it's open world and you can kind of play it any way you want, there's no one way to do anything.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of the geoglyphs. I have 2 more to find.
I haven't been doing them. I've been doing a ton of ground exploration, so I missed them all.
So what I'm doing is I'm getting all the cutscenes so I can like find out what the fucking story is.
Yeah, So I got the sword. I saw the Master Sword geoglyph.
Yeah.
And what I thought was wild was Zelda was talking about how the sword can rest, how she can get it to Link in thousands of years, and then the dragon theme started playing, and I just went,
"It's there."
No, actually I didn't say that. I said, "She's the dragon."
What the fuck, bro? Oh, I think I remember that. There was a cutscene where Minoru was talking to her about like, oh, there's a way where you can bathe the sword in sacred power over thousands of times, so you have to become an immortal dragon.
I did not get that scene, but the scene, it flashes back to another scene, which I assume is that scene where she goes to become a dragon is to lose oneself.
Yes.
So the dragon music starts playing, and before that reveal goes, I go, oh my god, she's the fucking light dragon. She's the fucking dragon. And my husband next to me, who's seen everything but the two geoglyphs in the Gerudo zone, there is a spider right there.
There's a spider?
It's little.
Is it a little guy? Oh, it's fine. Little guys are fine. If it was a big guy, where is he?
He's on the seam between the wood.
He's on the seam between the wood? I don't see him.
Oh, he's moving like
I don't see him.
He's on the floor.
It's okay. He's little and he's harmless.
Okay, as long as...
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm the kind of person that if I see a spider, like, even a little one, if it starts going down on its web and I see it, like, right in my face, I'm just like...
You kill him.
Oh, absolutely. So when I was a kid, you remember in high school when we met, I had, like, hair down to, like, my mid-back?
Oh my god, I don't.
Because I cut it immediately.
Was this when we first met?
In 9th grade, yeah.
We hated each other when we first met.
But I had hair, like, down to here, and the first thing...
Okay, now I remember, yeah.
And one time I caught one of those little spiders in my hair. Like, I literally pulled up my hair like this, and I see it crawling through.
Oh, no.
That's why I have my hair short.
Oh, that's why you have it short forever now?
Oh, yeah, I can't fucking do it.
You're always going to keep
it
short?
The thought of something being in my hair and not being aware of it, because I have if my hair is long and I have a lot of it, I won't know everything that's going on.
Right, yeah.
And a little spider, you're not going to feel it crawling on you. You're just going to think your head's fucking itchy.
Right, yeah, exactly. I've had long hair for, a while, but now it's starting to go. I'm starting to get like that little ring island at the top, and it's like, I have to let it go.
You're about to get to Mr. Burns.
Yeah, I'm getting to the Mr. Burns, dude. It's happening. It's happening, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I could still get it long, but then, like, balding in... Hey, you have a beard, though. Yeah, this makes up for it. This definitely makes up for it.
I mean, God, who was I gonna say? George Carlin.
Carlin, yeah, that's exactly what's happening to me.
Carlin.
I don't want to be balding with a ponytail. That doesn't look good for me. It just...
I mean, you'll just be skinny comic book guy.
I mean, yes, I'm skinny comic book guy. I think...
To go from one Simpsons character to another.
It doesn't work because I'm still young.
Are you?
30s is young-ish. 30s is youngish. I'm young. Look, gaming has left me almost entirely. There's room for Zelda. I don't put a lot of time in the day to, get through
that's why
fucking
you're getting shit
Pokemon.
done,
Yeah, I'm getting shit done. I mean, I'll play Zelda for a couple hours, except for like the week it came out. Like, I fucking needed some vacation time. And now that I've sat there for easily 6 hours every day over the past like couple of days.
That's it.
Yeah, and now I'm like, I can't do this now. Like, and now I have to go back to scheduling it and doing little side quests here and now. And I'll put like a 2-hour timer, and then it's like, okay, dude, stop. This is too much. You have to stop.
I don't know the meaning of that word. So when I was working, I would have to get up. My job would start at 9:30, and my husband was working overnight shifts at Amazon because they have the night differential, and you get a bonus for it during the holidays. So he would go home, and after moving packages, you get like that workout high where you're like, I can't sleep. I'm still So he needs to wind down. So he would come home at like 3:00, not able to sleep because he had just done a bunch of physical activity. goes to bed at like 7 because he plays some video games to wind down and ends up going to bed at 7. He doesn't even need to be up till night, so it doesn't matter, right?
Right, yeah, his sleep schedule.
But I need to be up at 9, and I need to be to bed by at least 2.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, no, it was hard. And now the roles have completely reversed.
Yeah.
Because now he's picking up morning shifts at Amazon, and he actually, I think, No, I was about to say if I believe him, I believe him. I just sit there and go, for the entirety that I've known you, you've never really been a morning person. Yeah. So I'm just like, when are you going to go back to that? But, or, he's going to probably pick up the holiday night shifts again. He's going to end up going back to not being able to sleep till 7 in the morning. But now I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom all night. And he needs to be up in the morning. Right. Oh, he can't sleep. He's... So, and it's funny because we were literally talking about this last night. So he's about to go to bed, and he's just like, we had a long day. We were at Disneyland for his sister's birthday.
How was that? That was fun?
It was fun. Yeah. I love Toontown.
Oh my god, I haven't been in so long.
The new Mickey and Minnie ride is so good.
How new?
It opened this year.
Dude, the last time I was at Disneyland, the Tarzan attraction was new. That's how long it's been. I was a little boy when I went.
You need to treat yourself. Disneyland is so fun as an adult.
I know, I'm sure it is. It's just, A, who do I go with? B, my plate has been so full with comedy just since I moved back. Yeah. And, life gives you material, and I need to be able to... have fun for once and, live life, because that's just how I get material anyway. Yeah. I just fucking live. You're not going to get material going to grinding it out at Mike's every night, watching some people, tell fucking bad dick jokes or whatever. I need to go out and live. I'm always working. I'm always on stage.
Yeah, go to Disneyland. Yeah. Honestly, one time, I remember when my husband and I, when we finally went on our honeymoon, because, you were at my wedding, but, that was, a public wedding. We were already legally married for a year. Yeah,
you were already... So, that was, because you did the COVID version first, right? Yes. Yeah, where you kept it small.
We kept it very small. We were initially going to just have it be just us. We were going to go to the courthouse. The whole deal was... So, they had this stupid fucking thing at the time where they were like, hey, so if you apply for a marriage... So, what, you have to use... If you apply for a marriage license, you have to get married within 3 months, right? Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to be caught off guard, so we went in to get it as soon as possible, as soon as basically 3 months before the date we wanted. Mm-hmm. And then airplane.
It's okay. It's always a hold for plane. Always a hold for plane. I live by Burbank Airport.
I know. I do some voice work off to the side for small things, so trust me. And I live in Van Nuys, so Van Nuys Airport.
Yeah, that's always hard.
And, and it's fucking Van Nuys, so if somebody decides to shoot off a fucking gun in the middle of the day, helicopter.
Yeah, you just wait and you roll again.
Yeah, which is great, because my favorite fucking thing is having a great take, playing it, and going, are those fucking choppers? Shit!
I have to do it again. Ugh, that's exhausting.
And then you can never recreate it the same way.
Right, yeah.
Which is kind of what I love about theater acting. You can't recreate it the same way.
There's no take two.
It'll always be different, and that's also beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But when you're recording, you want your best take.
Yeah.
And helicopters are there to tell you no.
Right, exactly. I hate that. I did a voiceover thing recently. I can't go into it too much.
NDA?
NDA.
Don't bother.
Can't tell. But what I can tell you is that it's voiceover for a radio show where they do call-ins and stuff. So they want the vocal quality to be like it's from a phone.
Oh.
So they hit me up when I did the thing and all that. They're like, oh, you don't have to use your equipment and all that stuff. You could just use your phone. I'm like, so I bought hundreds of dollars worth of equipment to specifically do voiceover, and you want me to use my phone, and I just record from my car. And they're on the East Coast, so I get up super early in the morning. It's still pretty quiet, and I do my shit whenever they hit me up, and it's just a quick $80.
Nice.
Yeah, and every, like, so often, because they have me in, like, a cycle. They don't want to use too many of the same voices.
Because there's always that freak that listens to the radio every day that's going to hear it and go, wait, that's the same guy from a month ago.
That's the same guy from whatever calling about something else now. So they, like, you know, they cycle it in on other stuff. So, like, it keeps things interesting. It's very fun. But it's like, I don't need to spend $200 on condenser mics and all that. I could just do this.
I like these mics.
Yeah, they're nice. And what I like about them is that I've seen other podcasts where the mic is in the way of the face.
Yeah, well, that's why you
and
get, like...
we get all of this. And the headphone thing, like, I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
why do we need headphones? We don't need it.
So we can talk quietly
yes.
into our mics, and my voice won't echo over into yours.
Yes, we're good. We could be, let's say there's a wall in between us, and you do voiceover stuff too, so if you're really close, you have to talk quieter. Whereas if you gave it more distance, I could still speak a little bit louder, but you could still hear me just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, trust me. And it sucks, because, like, at...
That's my favorite noise now. That's just fucking snoring.
Yeah, no, oh my god, my husband complains about my snoring so much.
You snore?
Oh, terribly.
Oh man, you sleep on your back then, huh?
Well, I also have asthma, right? So
you do? Oh, that's right, yeah,
so
yeah.
this whole thing here, this whole part of my body from here, inflamed. If oxygen passes through it, inflamed.
It doesn't like you.
And so if I'm sleeping, there is no such thing as breathing through my nose because it's inflamed. The air won't pass through. I live my life as if someone stuck straws up my sinuses and said, now breathe, bitch.
Oh, no. Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, so I live my life as a mouth breather, and it is not by choice. When I wake up in the morning, my mouth tastes disgusting, and it makes me think I need a dental deep clean every fucking time. But in reality, I've slept with my mouth open and swallowed 1,000 spiders. It's fine.
Spiders,
whatever,
germs and all that. You gotta sound like... You sound like that.
No, I sound like I've never been recorded, but if...
Record your snoring.
I should ask my husband too, but he's been snoring now because he's been falling asleep before me, and part of me just wants to be like, you do it too.
Everyone does it. And this is why old couples don't sleep in the same bed, because y'all are gonna get old, and it's gonna get worse.
But the one thing I think is funny though was he would, and this goes back to what we were talking about last night, where he was like, just go play Breath of the Wild, just go play Tears of the Kingdom. We keep calling it Breath of the Wild.
You keep calling it that.
It's Breath of the Wild too. What do you want from me? It's the same fucking link. It's the exact same fucking world.
It's not, though.
No, it's not. But
it is and it isn't.
It's the same world, but you can discover more of it.
It plays differently. And it explains so much, because I played Breath of the Wild, like, the week before it came out.
Yeah, warm up.
And I'm thinking about, like, you know, what I already knew before the game was coming out. And now I'm thinking, like, oh, all of the wells have been covered in Breath of the Wild, and in this one, they're not. Because there's fucking wells everywhere now.
Oh, you know what's really interesting? So what I found out was that they started working on Tears of the Kingdom immediately after Breath of the Wild. So you could almost think of Tears of the Kingdom as like a whole patch onto the world.
Yeah, it's a patch on, and the lasagna comparison that I made earlier, because it's fucking, dude, it's so good.
Mean, under everything there are caves, and under all the caves there are more caves.
Yes.
And then under the caves, you've got the depths, which also have caves.
Those have caves too?
I've run it. Well, they're not like caves where you can find like bubble frogs.
Right.
But like, you know, like there are like tunnels and shit. Like, I mean, the whole thing is a big cave. I've climbed to the top of an area of the depths, and I've hit the ceiling.
You've hit the ceiling? Oh, man.
But you can't, but honestly, you'll just kind of keep climbing into infinity, but you won't move anymore.
You won't go anywhere? Oh, I see.
So I don't know if you've been in the depths, but there are actually places, obviously you have. Yeah. You've been to the Korok Forest.
Yeah.
So there's a tower that you can ascend up top.
Yes.
So I found one in Istakala.
Oh, there's another one.
And I climbed all the way up it.
You climbed instead of just using ascend?
Well, I was really curious what would happen if you get to the top. So I climbed it, because if there's a fucking tower, I'ma fucking climb it.
Well, it's also kind of a QA thing, too, because, like, oh, what if there's something up here that they didn't work on? Because that's part of the gig, too, is that you have to find shit that's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's also things like visibility, right? Like, the particle effects in the depths make it so that even if something is lit, you kind of can't see very well. There's a part of the depths, have you done any Goron shit yet?
No, I haven't touched any of the Goron stuff yet.
Well, in the depths, it's
in that area.
Also in that area, but also next to it, there are parts where it gets really fucking hot there.
Okay.
And the particle effects are so strong, especially when it's so hot that you actually need gear and a fireproof elixir.
Yes.
The effect is so strong that even if you use bright bloom seeds, you just sit there and I go, well, I can't see anything past the particle effects anyway, so I'm still running blind.
Right. Oh, shit.
Like, the only thing I know is that there's ground under my feet and it's not gloom.
Right. I've been able to... You can kind of tell between the gloom and the regular ground a little bit.
If you can't fucking see the floor, there's no gloom. That's honestly the rule I've been going by.
Yeah.
But you get bright... You're always in caves, and there are always bright bloom seeds in caves. Mm-hmm. So there's no fucking reason to not just use them. And for my peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good... thing is, I've been collecting, like, anything that you can find.
Anything that lights up on my screen, it's mine.
Yeah, it's there. Because Breath of the Wild... They fixed Breath of the Wild's error with, like, there are certain, like, monster parts and things that are just kind of... they're kind of useless. Like, the key swings, the eyeballs, like, those are fucking homing arrows now. Like, I've been hoarding those... Because, have you fought the Gleeok yet? The three-headed dragons yet?
No.
You haven't? So, I killed one.
I found a Gleeok den in the depths, though, and I'm terrified.
There was a dead one?
There's a den.
A den?
It's called the Gleeok den.
Oh, fuck. There might be a lot of them. Shit.
It's directly north of the Korok forest.
Okay.
Directly north.
Shit. I have a feeling that there's a lot of them there, and that's where they all
my
hide.
My husband and I found it, so we were... Okay. So he also said, as he was going to sleep, because he was being a little butthead, he was like kind of being a little grumpy as he said, go play Breath of the Wild. And it was partially because he was going to have a hard time sleeping with me playing, but it was also because I had gotten a little ahead of him.
Oh, shit. You got ahead of him.
I got a little ahead of him. So our play styles are very different. He's very story-oriented. He loves... because, every story beat you come across... comes with tools. Yeah. In Breath of the Wild, to avoid spoilers for anyone listening for Tears of the Kingdom, so we'll go to Breath of the Wild, you have lightning, you've got shields, you've got an instant revive. You basically have a full health Great Fairy and flight, right? Yeah. If you don't have those, you can't say you have a full kit. I mean, you can turn them off, obviously, but you can't say you have a full kit if you don't have them. Right. Plus all the tools you get, all the weapons. So he likes to run with a full kit. Like, I hit the ground and went in the opposite direction that I was supposed to when I started.
Yeah, they're telling you to go to the Hebra. No, I'm not going there.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, yeah, but I see a shrine there, and I see a shrine there. I want to go to the Great Plateau. Is the tutorial area worse? Because it's like, well, this is where you started in the first game. So my mentality as a gamer is, I bet they put something really fucked up there instead.
Yeah, they probably put stuff... Because I went there, too. That was, like, the first thing I did. It was like, hey, where's the Shrine of Resurrection? Let's go there. What did they do?
I ran past the Gleeok and the Colosseum next to it, and I was like, ah!
Yeah, I was like, no.
So did my husband. I went to get a better look at it, and from, from at the top of the Colosseum, the stupid thing saw him and started flinging lightning at him.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lightning Gleeok right there.
Kill them, because their parts are so strong.
What's the fuse attack power?
Okay, so I killed a frost Gleeok in Hebra. That was fucking hard. I kept fucking dying, but I kind of cheesed it because I collected enough of the eyeballs.
There's no such thing as cheesing in a game that is designed for you to use every tool.
It's designed for you to cheese, yeah.
Okay, you know how in originals, like in older Zelda games, older 3D games, you would get a tool, and that would be the only tool you use for the dungeon, and then you would potentially never use it again, right? Yes.
Like,
Twilight Princess is the best example.
The spinning top?
The ball and chain is amazing, but are you ever really going to use it when there's a mob faster? You're not going to use the ball and chain on a Dark Nut in Twilight Princess. You're not. You're gonna use your sword skills. So you drop it, and the one thing that I love about Tears of the Kingdom especially is every single thing you get has a use. And you're constantly weighing, do I want to use this item in combat, or will I need it for a fairy?
Or will I need to attach a rock to a sword because I'll find another cave and there's going to be more shit?
And
or
what
if I don't have any
if I don't
arrows?
break enough rocks well enough, am I gonna be shit out of luck? Will they not drop any claymores and pebbles for me to keep going?
Yeah.
Actually, do the Gorons.
Do the Gorons?
In that light. In light of that, do the Gorons.
Okay, alright. I'll do that. I'll do that after the Gerudo area because I went to the cold area first, and there's all the chill shrooms, and you could cook all that stuff and get heat resistance, and the desert has both.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that would be the next thing for me to do. I've been prepping for that because I have all this cold shit. So let's go to the hot area so I could fare better in the desert when it's hot. It still gets cold at night, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm already prepped for that because I already have the clothes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I went there first with nothing but my chill elixirs. And,
so you could only operate at night.
No, actually, I just kept eating food and kept.
You just kept eating food.
Yeah, no, I was like, fuck it, I'm taking damage. I don't give a shit. Let me keep going. And then but they actually improved the way temperature works in this game. They mention if it's hot, you can go in a cave. But they don't mention, they kind of mention it. If you're standing in front of a tower and the tower has a shadow.
Yeah.
If you stand in the shadow, it cools down.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I cheesed it.
Like they've really everything that was great about it. All of the features that made exploring the world and the tools you need to explore the world, they've just taken those mechanics and they've expanded on them.
Yeah,
in
it's so
the most
good.
Logical and excellent way.
I saw from one of the trailers that Link attaches a ruby to an arrow, fire arrow. Okay, that makes sense. And then I'm thinking, I'm getting crafty with it because there's so much you can fucking do. I'm like, what if I attached a ruby to a shield? Boom, instant heat warmer. Heat warmer. I didn't even think of it. Like, I'm just thinking,
that's actually what my husband...
There's gotta be a way.
That's what he was doing. My husband, he said, I've just been attaching rubies to rods, and I don't use them. I just equip them for when it's cold, and I'm warm.
I need you to help me to tell me about, because I haven't been to Terrytown yet, because I know there's a big house thing. You have to get a house.
I fucking cried at the end of the story, and this is how I know I'm getting old.
Okay.
And it also, that storyline, so you first hear about, if you don't go to Terrytown first, you first hear about Hudson and his family life if you go to Gerudo Town. Because they talk about, Gerudo culture actually lets you know approximately how many years it's been between games.
Okay. Couple years?
Yeah, a couple years.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Do you care?
No,
I mean about spoilers.
No, you could spoil it for a little, cause I'll find out. I'll find out. You can tell me.
Hudson and Ronson have a daughter.
Oh, half Gerudo, half Hylian? Is that like
Gerudo are half Hylian. There are no men
Oh, that's
Gerudo.
right. Okay, yeah.
And what I love is they took that tidbit from Ocarina of Time where they talk about Gerudo women go into Hyrule to find husbands.
Yeah, they don't find guys over there,
Yeah. And so the culture is that they go find husbands. They can obviously leave town. When they come of age, they can leave town. They can find a husband. But when they have when their daughter comes to a certain age, they have to go back to Gerudo Town.
Oh shit! Okay.
And they can't speak to any men until they become of age to leave again.
Wow.
Which means for fathers, that's X amount of years of never seeing their daughters.
Right. Yeah, that's so.
So the entire quest.
Wow.
The entire quest is about the family coming to terms, Hudson in particular, coming to terms with his daughter coming of age to leave.
Oh, that's such a...
And I cried.
And I don't have kids, fuck.
I fucking cried like a baby, and that's how, I was sitting next to my husband, and I was just tearing up.
Damn,
and
man.
Every time I cry, he laughs at me, he pokes me in the face, and he goes, hey, you're crying.
It's like, this is a video game.
Yeah.
You're an
adult.
I
fucking cried because it's so full circle.
Yeah,
for the Terrytown storyline.
That's so nice.
And I sobbed like a little bitch. Like, there are things, like sad things will make you cry, but it was so happy sad.
Happy
that
sad,
I'm just sitting there like...
It's a game, Hanna. It's okay.
No, it's not. It's more than a game.
It's my life. Oh.
I mean, at the moment it is.
Do you think that, because Link has an arm that's not his.
Yeah.
If he jacks off with that arm,
is
it Raru jacking him off, or is it him?
He's in full control of that.
He's in full control, but it's not his arm.
It doesn't matter. If you fucking sit on your hand until it's numb and jack off with it, it's still your fucking hand, even if it doesn't feel like it.
This is why you need to be on stage. This is why you need to be on stage. I'm telling you, you have these gold nuggets. These little quips. I'm telling you.
I'm honestly only good in a back and forth. You make me start talking to people, and it's like, I don't know. I can't be on stage and just talk at people. I'm very good.
I could see that.
I'm very good if you tell me something. I can bounce back. I can bounce off you.
You're good in a group.
Yeah.
You're good in a group.
Yeah.
With stand-up, it's just you. I could see how that would... Because that's very difficult to transfer.
Yeah.
Because you're basically having a one-way conversation, and their response is... It goes either one of two ways. They laugh or they don't. And then when they don't, that's just like... what's next?
And I feel like every funny person on the inside is an awkward turtle.
Very much so.
That when someone doesn't fucking respond the way you expect, you just go...
Yeah, very much so. It's a lot like when I tried a Zelda related joke because that's what my life has become.
Yeah.
Because that's my life. I'm around it. So the joke I did was like, oh, so the Mario movie's doing really well. And it would make sense for Nintendo to make a Legend of Zelda movie. And we live in a woke society now, so we want a white dude that doesn't talk. And thank you for getting that.
It flopped, didn't it?
It flopped because no one in the room knew what the fuck I was talking about.
You know who I
so I'm like, shit.
You know who I really enjoy that integrates nerd culture into comedy?
Yeah.
What's his last name? Ray.
Ray, Ray, the big guy, right? Yeah, no, he's funny. He's great.
You know what? Let me find his name, because if we're going to shout...
Cabato? Ray Cabato?
If we're going to give him a shout out, we got to say his full name.
We got to say his full fucking name right. No, Ray knows who he is. He knows who I'm talking about. What's up, dude?
Yeah, of course
Mr.
he
Photographer.
knows who he fucking is, but
yeah.
like, you know what? Everyone else listening, you know who the fuck he is, and unless you do, then good for you.
I'll clip this out specifically to shout out Ray, because no, dude, he's super funny. He does,
Ray Cabato, yeah.
Yeah, Ray Cabato. He's
fucking hilarious.
He's great,
when he fucking talks about Sailor Moon doing coke off his dick, I'm just like, you're
funny.
A fucking genius.
That's so funny, and he's doing that to an audience at NerdCons, so it's fucking perfect.
And what I love though is what he does is that when he works a crowd that isn't at a NerdCon, you know, like let's say if he were at Flappers, he prepares the crowd for the joke. Because like the one thing my sister pointed this out, which I thought was really smart. She said, well, when you go to a comedy show, you go with the expectation to laugh.
Yeah.
So things that might not make you laugh out loud if you heard it in your day-to-day make you belly laugh because you're in a mood and you're prepared to laugh.
You want to laugh.
So I think what he does is really smart, where he preps it and goes, you're not even getting the real nerd jokes.
You're not even getting the real nerd jokes.
Yeah, and like he's like, I'm giving you this watered-down version, you know? Like he'll talk about things that are super like universal. If you talk about Dragon Ball Z, everyone's gonna be like, yo!
Right, whereas if you're in a crowd where it's like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, like
he'll
I'm
try
sitting
to
here
relate
like,
it to
Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah! And everyone's like, huh?
Yeah.
Nobara, what?
Well, he'll make it relatable because, I mean, an example such as Dragon Ball Z, like, that's such a deep show if you know it well enough. You can kind of configure it to a way where you can make it relatable.
Yeah, I mean, but the easiest way, but you can also, he also hits the things that people get, that's also universal for people, right? Like, look, people know who Sailor Moon is, right?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
But not everyone's gonna hear Sailor Moon and go, that's hilarious. What people are gonna find hilarious is someone doing coke off his dick.
Right.
The cherry on top is that she's dressed like Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, the concept, not the concept, but like the image of it is still funny.
Yeah,
right?
you might not know the show, but you know of it. You go like, oh, I it's helping me paint the picture. I know what this person looks like. That's funny. Someone's in a short, like schoolgirl outfit.
Exactly.
Basically.
It's the visual of it. Like, I do have a bit where I talk about how shower sex is hard when you're short and your partner is tall.
Okay.
And not only tall, but my husband has a very high waist. He's all legs, no torso. When we sit next to each other, we're the same height, and then he stands up and he's 9 inches taller than me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So can you imagine the difference in me, whose waist pretty much touches the ground, and him, whose waist is in the fucking sky, and he's trying to fuck me in a shower where my foot's slipping?
I keep thinking of Shaq and his wife.
Yeah.
Because his wife's like 5'8" or whatever, like tall for a regular person, but Shaq is 7 feet.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so part of it is I joke about my foot, like, you know, well, because then you're just sitting there like, well, I need you to get in there, so you stick your butt in the air, but you're standing, and I'm on my fucking toes, but my foot's slipping on the floor, and I'm just like slipping, but your hands are on the wall, and you're just sitting there thinking. And instead of being like, oh god, it feels good, it's like, oh god, I'm gonna fucking die,
You need the slip resistance.
You only have one.
You don't have any?
No, we do. The problem is, It doesn't cover
You need those little.
floor.
You need those little mats
no,
on the
I do.
on the
It just
tub.
doesn't cover the whole floor.
Yeah, get another one.
I should.
Get another
but
one.
they're so dirty. The suction mats are so dirty. I fucking sprayed one and I tried to scrub it off, and the black mold at the bottom never comes out.
Oh, that's. Oh, yeah. You have that.
Honestly, whenever I look at that, I just like want to vomit.
Yeah, the mold underneath the sticky stuff, because that's where the water gets trapped in there, and if you don't take it off and do it, it gets
And
gets
no one
nasty.
wants to fucking do that because you get in the shower to get clean. That's why nobody likes cleaning the fucking shower, because then you're in the shower and you get dirty. It's just antithetical to the mind.
Yeah. I never did, and that's why I never did baths, because
There's a bit there.
Yeah, no, that's good. And this is why I record shows like this, because occasionally because I have to listen to the whole thing and edit it.
That's true.
And that way, like, I'll make notes on a timestamp. I'm like, oh, that was funny, I could use that for a clip. Or, oh my god, I said this, like, either profound or funny thing. I'll write it down. I'm like, that could be something.
Yeah.
It could be something. It's because I do this as a way to, like, sometimes mine for shit.
No,
because writing's hard. Sitting there with a blank page is like, what are words?
Well, there's a reason why at the moment, I'm working on a Ruby Abridged project. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier to fuck with a script that already exists.
Yeah. It's great,
I mean, like we were going over, the joke that I fall back on a lot is mostly because it's really early in the series. It's, like, early in the second season.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I like to fall back on is there's a character Penny, who's a robot, right?
Okay.
Her whole fucking deal, every character in Ruby's based off, like, a fairy tale character, so Penny's based off Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, that checks out. And she's a robot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And Ruby, at the very beginning of the show, establishes that she loves weapons. She loves building weapons. She made her own weapon. It's super dangerous. It's crazy cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they drop it because the writers are... Well, they were amateurs when they started, and because the show was a hit, they decided they never had to get better.
Oh, see, that's the flaw. If it's a hit and they're like, oh, we don't need to improve.
Yeah.
You always have to improve.
No, and the thing is, they treat bad faith they treat good faith criticism as bad faith criticism as a result, because, well, we did Red versus Blue and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Red versus Blue was literally you guys making dick jokes about teabagging.
Yeah.
And then shit got fun, and then you made a plot, and yeah, it was a good plot. Mm-hmm. It's good story, right?
And Red versus Blue was the first of its kind.
For the most part, it's machinima.
Yeah.
So half the work is done for you when you make it. Now you're making characters who look a certain way, and your own biases are coming through. Mm-hmm. You make a character, you design them about. I'm about to go into a rant. I do this a lot.
It's okay.
My husband
I
I bitch about because I write this show. I bitch about it a lot. Mm-hmm. And when someone asks, "Hey, how's that thing going?" my husband goes, "You're going to get her started."
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get her started.
So I think the writers insult our intelligence when we watch the show, which is why I can't fucking stand the show. I'm really sorry.
Right.
I love making fun of it. I love writing jokes. I think it's a great foundation for an abridged series, but the writing itself insults your intelligence. So Penny shows up in her first scene, and at the end of the scene, she disappears and she's put into a limo and driven away. And when you see that, your image is of princess, right? Mm-hmm. Like, your image is of... to use an anime trope like the Ojo, I'm probably mispronouncing it. The princess type, right? Like she's rich, she's sheltered, or the Hime, the princess.
Doesn't know anything outside the walls.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so she's out in the. But why is she out in the world? Why is she fighting? Because she wants to. Mm-hmm. She wants to make friends. When Ruby calls her friend or something in the first episode, in her first episode, she's overjoyed. That informs a lot about a character.
Yeah.
It's a character who wants to make connections, who wants to see the world and be part of the world. Mm-hmm. She's more like Ariel than Pinocchio.
I'm getting some Ariel vibes there. Yeah,
right? She wants to be more like Ariel than Pinocchio in energy. And then in the second season, Ruby discovers she's a robot, and then she says something that made me literally turn the episode off because I was so annoyed. Mm-hmm. And so Penny doesn't want to show Ruby that she's a robot.
Okay.
And Ruby goes, "Is it because you're afraid that you're not a real human?"
Oh shit.
And I just and it's barring the fact that it's a really fucked up thing to tell anybody.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like such a backhanded thing, like
but what it is what it does is it informs the audience of what the crux of Penny's character is. Mm-hmm. Even though what we've seen before, it's not a matter of her autonomy. Her autonomy has been established. Her autonomy is real.
Yeah.
Her issue is wanting to take part in this world that she belongs to. And when Ruby says, "Are you afraid it's because you're not real?"
Yeah.
You've taken all that we've seen, and you've told us that it's this instead. It's her humanity at question. Her humanity's not at question.
They basically just retconned the whole, like, original reason why we're even here in the first place.
It's crazy. So it's... Writers... The one thing that I can't stand about writers is that when they think they've landed on a good idea... And it might be a good idea at the start, right? But when they execute it, you find out that this character isn't that idea at all.
Right.
And then...
It takes a left turn.
Yeah, like the easiest one is, like, you know, everyone was pissed at the ending of How I Met Your Mother. You know, Barney and Robin developed into this incredible couple with amazing chemistry. Yeah, Barney did a lot of fucked up shit, and we can't forget that. You know, there's a reason why in the new How I Met Your Father, he apologizes to every woman he runs into, because he did a lot of fucked up shit. And the manipulation he inflicted on Robin to propose to her was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, but in light, but, you know, let's treat it like it's fucking 2013... or 2000, let's treat it like it's 2012 and that shit was still read as romantic. You know, they were built up into this amazing couple, but because they had written their ending 9 years ago, they stuck with it.
Yeah.
Even though the writing dictated else. Otherwise.
Yeah, it really complicates things, and you know, this will go into the writer's strike a bit. I feel like writers need to detach themselves from the Hollywood machine and just make their own shit in-house. It's going to hurt at first. It's going to be a huge harm creatively and financially. But having the freedom to do it your fucking self and not have to deal with standards and practices. I mean, there's standards and practices on YouTube and stuff.
I know the problem with that, what they're saying right now is putting any of it out risks giving money to studios.
Yeah.
You know, it gives money to the people that release it, which is the people they're arguing against anyway. So
well, they're not getting paid enough.
No, of course not. They should be getting paid. You wouldn't have anything without writing. Writing is a slog. When you're writing content, all you think about is the content.
Yeah.
You know, like you're only getting paid for the work you put on the table, but you're working constantly.
Yeah, it
doesn't turn off.
You might not be in the office, but you're making adjustments at home and things like that, so you can bring it to work.
You're walking
in the morning.
around, you're driving, brainstorming, and you go, "That's a great idea."
Yeah.
Don't hit the car in front of you, but I really should write that down.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I do that with like I'll have notes in my pocket when I'm at work, and I'll be thinking about work shit, and then all of a sudden, bloop, idea. I fucking stop what I'm doing. I go, I need this now. I need it now because I will forget.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. And so, but the issue is with a lot of writers is that they can't, because they can't turn it off, and we want them to. Where did my brain go? It just come up.
Your brain went away?
A little bit. You know, let me rewind. I was thinking about the problem with writers and not being able to let go of their ideas. But
well, they're yours and it's your baby.
I slapped it onto the strike, and that doesn't make any sense.
Like, braining is hard when making the words go.
Yeah. Well, brain don't work. You know, what's that meme? My brain when I write. Refined, elegant, make it so. My brain when I talk, words are really hard.
Yeah, I fucking love that, dude. I do that happens to me every fucking day in life. I'll walk into the fucking walk-in at my kitchen in the kitchen and just go like, why am I in here? I'm in here because I don't know. And then I literally walk away and then I retrace and then I find it. The thing with the writers is that they should just make their shit in-house, get the camera people from IATSE, fuck Hollywood, make your own shit online, and do it that way. It'll be grunge, it'll be pop rock, it'll be punk rock again, you know? But we're tied down to this, you know, this Hollywood system, and you can literally fucking go any other town. You can go to Austin. You can go to Albuquerque. It doesn't need to be here. There's too many people here, and this is our home. Go somewhere else, please. There's too many of us. It's a fucking nightmare.
Well, you know, every person who can put a pen to paper thinks they're a writer.
Yeah, and I don't even consider myself a writer.
I don't either.
But writing is involved in the stuff.
Writing is involved in it. I mean, there's a reason why comedians end up making movies half the time.
Right? Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, what are you just doing? You're just lining the dots between a bunch of jokes until you have a story.
Yeah, movies is kind of easier in a way where, okay, the movie ends. The movie is over. You're done. Whereas, like, if it's a series, you have to keep doing it And shows kind of, like, even good shows start to tank around season 8 or 10.
I mean, there's a reason why I really appreciate what Alex Hirsch did when he made Gravity Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Disney likes to end all their animated cartoons after 3 seasons. If it's popular enough, right?
Right.
So most writers are like, well, we'll probably have 3 seasons. We'll hope for a 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Hirsch finished it in... Was it 3 or was it 2 seasons? It was 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah, most shows do. You're right about that. Most cartoons do end in 3 seasons. Fucking Last Airbender was 3 seasons.
Yeah,
and that's just huge. You can't end something like that with only 3 seasons, and then they got like a sequel series out of it and comic books. And
there's only
movie.
2 seasons. There we go.
Only 2 seasons?
They wanted him to do a 3rd season.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't... One thing I hate is talking off the cuff and then saying something inaccurate.
Right, yeah.
The internet is... my favorite thing to say is, this sounds like a Google moment, but I don't know something.
Right, yeah.
The internet is at our fingertips, and we're content to just say inaccurate things all the fucking time. I can look it up right now and give you the correct information.
Yeah. Before that, you could just bullshit.
Yeah.
And there was no fact-checking back then. He was like, hey, did you know Marilyn Manson took 2 of his spare ribs out so he could suck his own dick?
I remember when everyone was saying that in fucking high school.
and people were going like, nah. And people just kind of believed it.
Yeah, because everyone tries to bend forward and they go, oh, my ribs are in the way. No, it's not your fucking ribs, it's the whole part of it's the rest of your fucking body, dumbass.
And all the guys that were thinking about it, like, I could suck my own dick. I could... Everyone tried. Everyone tried. But yeah, so after 2 seasons of Gravity Falls, Disney was like, this show's huge. Are you gonna make a 3rd? And Alex Hirsch straight up said, this is the story I wanted to tell. It took 2 seasons. No. Yeah.
And I feel like as writers, we need that fucking kind of integrity.
You need to be able to put your foot down.
I understand that there's importance in getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. Everyone consumes art, but the act of making art does not make money.
Right, it doesn't.
So everyone is concerned with, if this stops, how will I continue to do what I do? How will I maintain my lifestyle?
Well, then you make another one.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You just make another one.
But everyone's afraid of not striking lightning twice.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling has been trying to chase the Harry Potter high for ages, and, her, she's a fucking turfs. But besides the point... She's been hitting and missing since. Yeah,
I mean, fuck, dude. 7 books, and she's probably getting a good chunk of change from the movies, too.
Yeah.
And then there's the play, The Cursed Child.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, what they're doing is that she's, to someone of that caliber, is milking the same idea, which is a good idea.
Look, there's a reason why Dragon Ball Z just... continued forever.
Yeah, it's still fucking going, and
look, I enjoyed Super. I won't lie.
Super's great, but
loved Super.
The tropes are still there, and it's just kind of like, this is the formula,
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to watch it for a fucking good time, yeah.
Well, it's also kind of comfort food. It was like, do you have a movie of yours that you've seen like 20 fucking times, and it's your comfort movie, That's kind of why Hollywood relies on remakes, reboots, and just rehashing the same old shit, because people want comfort. They want that.
Not just comfort, but they want to share in that comfort, right?
Yes.
Everyone was talking about how The Lion King, the remake was soulless as all
fuck. Hanna, that movie was rebooted,
I never watched it.
Okay, you remember the original?
Yeah.
It was literally rebooted, shot for shot. And that was one of the movies I watched as a kid, just over and over again.
But it made so much money.
It did.
And the reason why, it's not because it was good, and it's not even for the comfort, it's because people want to share that comfort.
Yeah.
They want their kids to feel the same way about things that they did.
Put on the original.
Show them the original.
Put it on the original. Yeah.
Fucking show them the original. Look, I'm a sucker for... I'm trying to think about what movie could you put on, and I would just go, I'll sit down and watch this anytime.
Mine's Fight Club. I'll watch Fight Club a lot. I have Donnie Darko on DVD. I'll pop that boy in, and I'll watch that over and over.
You know what the problem is? I I don't watch as many movies as I should.
Yeah, it's because you're playing Final Fantasy 14 all fucking goddamn night. You gotta expand.
Hey, video games are an excellent form of storytelling as well.
It is. It's also a form of self-care. I do talk shit about it a lot in my personal life, and it is a monument. It can be a monumental waste of time.
Because it's a time suck.
Yeah.
Because the immersion of it is... That's the reason why video games are such excellent vehicles for telling stories.
Yeah, it's also a multi-billion-dollar industry, just like TV.
But they won't fucking pay their devs.
No.
Pay your fucking devs.
Pay 'em.
Sorry, I'm talking to the mic. Pay your fucking devs.
These are the same guys that make the thing run well, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have a fucking game to play.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm sorry, like the QA that did Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are amazing.
So when I beat it...
Hats off to fucking them.
When I beat it, I'm going to let those credits roll, like I would a movie. Do you stay for the credits when you watch the movie?
Yeah.
People stay and watch the credits now because there's the
Honestly,
end cutscene.
that's why they did. I bet that's why they did the end cutscene.
It's got to be why they did
because writers and filmmakers were like, nobody stays to see our names.
Yeah, nobody does. No, who would?
They see the actors, they see the fun thing, but then you go through the whole scrolling and nobody watches it.
You stay even before way before Marvel did the whole like, oh, here's the bonus cutscene to tease for the next film. My mom worked in this industry for when I was a kid for decades. And every time we watched a movie, like, oh, the movie's over, go home. No, dude, hundreds of people, if not thousands, have worked on this movie. You sit, you stay, you read the funny ones, and you go, second unit, these guys filmed in Iceland, these guys deserve love too. These fucking people work 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
This job was why my mom did cocaine.
Look, working in the film industry is like working in food service.
Oh, yeah.
Someone always needs something. There's always something to be done. The work never ends.
Yeah.
And
it's torture.
You probably need a stimulant to get through your day.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Look, okay, writers, you can tell a writer a mile away because they talk a mile a minute and they've got a coffee in one hand.
Mm-hmm. That fucking, and the fucking ADHD that happens because there's so much going on. I mean, this has been full-on ADHD. We've been jumping off of many different...
we can't, I mean, but that's just, we've been talking upstream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's our brains, and I know you so long, and I don't even need to do, like, a proper, like, interview type of thing. If it's someone here that I don't know as well, like, I'm much more prepared.
And you have to, you also have to ask the questions. Tell me about yourself. Let me get a feel for you. What can I say so I know what not to say? But we've known each other since we were kids.
Yeah. So it's a hang. I mean, that's what this whole thing is. It's a hang. I wanted another person on the pod to talk about Zelda, but I don't know that person as well. And I trust this person with my life. We've done shows together and all that stuff. But I'm just like, this is my house. And I get a little self-conscious-y about it, but I know you, so like it's if I know you, then it's fine.
Look, this is miles better than your last place, and I know the only difference is your roommate.
yeah, it's
so
that.
Because when you were living there, you were even a little embarrassed for me to see it.
Totally embarrassed, and it wasn't. It was outside of my control.
Yeah, it's not.
It was way outside of my control. And when I have people here, I'm in control. And I have this is kind of like my sacred little area. This is where I fucking live. Yeah. This is where I sleep. This is where work happens. There's sticky notes everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, shit, not only do I have a close friend coming over, I have a woman coming over. I need to make sure the toilet seat's down. Don't have the fucking clothes chair,
I have
everywhere.
A clothes chair. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, everyone's got a clothes chair, but like it's little things like that.
My clothes chair is my gaming chair, and I will sit on top of my clothes.
You will sit on the clothes that...
I don't give a shit.
Not quite dirty, not quite clean, but it's on the chair.
I've worn it twice, maybe. I've worn it once, twice, maybe 3 times if I put it on to go to the store and took it immediately off when I got home.
Yeah.
That chair. And I will sit on it. I don't care. I don't care if I haven't showered since Tears of the Kingdom dropped. I'll sit in the chair. I have showered since. I had to go to Disneyland yesterday. I had to be out in public, so I did shower the day before.
You have to have a reason for it.
Well, the night before. I showered the night before, and then I played Tears of the Kingdom until my hair was dry.
God, and I would sit there for hours, and I would have to adjust myself and go, oh, wait, I didn't eat for 7 hours.
Yeah,
I need to stop.
It would be like 4 in the morning, and I would turn to my husband and be like, I'm hungry. And he would look at me and go, you said that 3 hours ago and then you kept playing.
Right. Because the pull, it's there. I feel it. The addiction runs rampant in my family. Alcoholism, drugs and all that stuff. And, video games can easily go into that direction, but it's that life balance that you gotta have.
I mean, you know what really helps me is remembering that I have pets that will die if I don't take care of them.
You have to fucking put the controller down and stop once in a while.
I set a time for when things need to be done, and if 2 hours have gone by past that time and I haven't done it, I get my ass up and I do it. So when I say I'll do something at 6, I really mean 8, but
Yeah.
But you say 6, so you do it at 8. I run on CPT in my own home.
Oh, shit. That's so funny. Oh my god. You run on CPT in your own home. Well, you were kind of working from home for a little while, so I mean it just kind of bled together. I couldn't do that because working from home sounds so cool, but I feel like I wouldn't be as productive as I wanted to be because you could work in sweatpants.
What's really interesting? What helped me a lot was something my sister-in-law told me, because she worked from home for she had an office. She worked from home for a little bit. And I remember when my husband moved in, we were talking to her because we have wildly different sleeping styles. I sleep cold. I seek out the nearest source of heat, so I wake up in the morning sweaty.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's the kind of sleeper I am. I will put 5 blankets on me in the middle at night and wake up drenched in my sweat, and I'll just be like...
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I sweat under one layer.
But if there's a body, I'll seek the body first, because there's nothing warmer than something that makes heat.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But instead of having to, marinate and generate my own.
Oh, God. I would do that. I would go under the blanket and just, get warm from my own, fucking breath, and then I would take the blanket off and just, oh, man, a light breeze, and now I can sleep.
Yeah, but I'm also a heavy sleeper. If I pass out, I pass out. And I can pass out pretty much as soon as I'm horizontal.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I've done that.
I'm one of those types. If I'm tired enough and you just put me on this couch, I'll pass out. I'll wake up 5 hours later and go, how long was I out?
I wish I could do that.
And my husband is the opposite. He is a light sleeper. He sleeps hot, so he needs the fan on him. I cannot stand the feeling of direct air on me. If you put an AC on and the room starts to hit a certain temperature and continues, I can't stay in that maintained temperature. I will get a blanket.
Yeah,
I'm lizard people.
You're lizard people?
I'm lizard people.
My clock is so fucked up because of my gut. Because I wake up a lot. It's been better, but it's also been kind of low-key my alarm clock, because if it's been 5 hours and I haven't shat, I go, I think I should do something else. I'll have Tears of the Kingdom on, and I'll go on for hours at a time, and as soon as I gotta take a bathroom break, I'm like, all right, I'll just stop playing.
Oh.
I'll just stop playing. Yeah.
Whatever. You work around your body's idiosyncrasies.
Or I'll sleep for 5-6 hours. Idiosyncrasies.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll sleep for 5-6 hours and go, okay, I guess I'm up now. Once you're up from taking a piss or a shit or whatever, I'm like, I'm up now.
Yeah,
I'm up now. Fuck it.
I know I have to change my guinea pig cage, right? So I change the cage, and as soon as I'm done, I can go back to playing Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. Or I go, man, I am a little hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make something to eat.
I'll do something else.
Or I'll make something to eat and I'll go right back. My mom has barely seen me, and we live in the same house.
Do you see what this game has done to us? And it's been out a week.
It did that.
It's been out a week.
Breath of the Wild did that to me. So I was prepared. On every Discord server I'm in that I have a moderately active presence in, that where people rely on me. Basically.
Yeah.
So any server I mod, any server, like my free company server, I sent out a tag to everyone, and I said, as of May 12th, I will no longer be available to any of you. Yeah. I will read your messages if you send them to me. But I can't promise I'll reply.
Yeah. I will take vacation time for this fucking game that I spent $70 on to get it shipped here. I pre-ordered that shit. I bought it a good month in advance.
My cousin pre-ordered it for my birthday. Oh. And it didn't come till Monday. Yeah. The game came out on Friday.
Oh shit, I got it Friday at just past noon, and I'm off on Fridays, and I'm like, we are going to town. The
shipping company fucked me over. Never fucking pre-ordering from GameStop again.
Oh, that's what I did. They fucked you.
Yeah,
they were good by me.
And I'm just sitting here, and honestly, I feel worse for my cousin, because, like, he won't, because... You know, I'm out of a job. The idea of spending $70 on anything kind of makes my skin crawl. The idea of spending $10 on something makes my skin crawl. I can't even afford Red Bull. I drink it and I go, oh man, this is what I've needed. But in my head I go, that's $5 you're not going to get back when you run out of unemployment. You're fucked. That $5 could have saved your ass.
I know.
Like, which it couldn't have. It couldn't have, but that's where your brain goes. You tally back on all your fucking purchases that you've made and you've gone, well, I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to do that. I could have eaten ramen noodles instead of buying ramen.
Yeah, I could have went and made chicken and rice instead of just going to Yoshinoya and spending $9 on a small bowl of chicken and rice, but because I didn't want to cook it myself. I'm paying for like the labor and all that other shit. Like I keep telling myself, I'm like, cook your own goddamn food.
Oh, actually, just this is going to be a little bit of a plug, just because I worked there for like 5 fucking years.
Yes.
Basically not out of high school, but for 5 years from 20 to 25. So pretty much out of high school. Sushi and Teriyaki on Victory and Sepulveda.
Victory and Sepulveda, sushi teriyaki.
They're closed on Sundays because they go to church. The guy that owns the place works there 6 days a week.
Oh shit!
Legally has to take the 7th day off, right? So he doesn't. Yeah. So he just closes on Sunday. They make their own teriyaki sauce in house. They grill their own chicken. They marinate it. They bake and then grill it. So if the center's a little pink, it's because it's juicy, not that it's undercooked. $6.50 and the bowls are huge.
Oh, dude, I want it so bad because I
got fat eating there.
Oh, you did.
So the bowls are bigger if you eat in. Just by the nature of how it's packed in.
Yeah.
But, and I couldn't, and I eat a lot. I think the last time I was on your podcast, you mentioned how in high school I was a twig, and then you watched me eat, and it was terrifying.
Well, no, I think, look, and this is not a bad thing. I think meat on your bones is a good thing.
No, I agree.
Because you were like really skinny, just like, girl, eat something. A gust of wind will pick you up and take you away.
I was under 100 pounds.
You were really thin. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of me back then, and I went,
you're skin and bones.
I didn't think I was that skinny, but that's what I saw.
Well, you still ate. Did you still have a big appetite then? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it was probably metabolism then.
No, it was because I still eat like I do, and I just can't stop gaining weight.
Well, I mean, you're not even nearly. You're not like obese. You're not morbid or anything.
How heavy do you think I am?
I think you're okay. Let's take a guess.
And you can be honest. You won't offend me.
Okay, so you're short, but you're not stubby. So I'm gonna guess 120.
I'm 160 pounds.
You're not. You're as much as you weigh as much as I do. Fuck.
My weight distributes.
You look good though.
No,
it
distributes very evenly.
Yeah,
I look at like no one thinks I weigh 160 pounds, but it's because everything distributes pretty evenly. Yeah. So I don't look fat because nothing sticks out.
Yeah, it's not all in one place. It's not all in your thighs or it's not all in your ass. It's pretty much even everywhere.
So I look the same all around, but the truth is I'm 160 pounds, and if it all sat here, I'd look like a fucking I'd look like a meatball with toothpicks in it.
Yeah, you'd look like a muffin, dude.
Yeah, but that's body types, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's honestly also why I think body image is stupid. But yeah, no. Yeah. The point is, you should. $6.50, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Last I remember, it was $6.50. They're fucking huge. You want to pay a little more, you can get beef instead.
Yeah, because I always eat out.
They make their own teriyaki sauce to the point, and they don't use preservatives, so it might actually be good for your gut.
I should, yeah, because I've been really careful about that. Like rice is fine for me. Like out of all of like the glutens that I have, rice has been great, and you could flavor that any which type of way. And I eat out so much. I eat out all the time. I rarely cook for myself because like I'm out supporting the room that I'm at.
Yeah.
And there's...
You do so much, dude. You send me links to things, and I just think to myself, fuck, man, I can't possibly make everything.
I know. Well,
I think about it all the time, and then I feel terrible, and then I turn on Tears of the Kingdom, and I go, Jake will understand this one.
I will always understand. Well, then, and there's never any pressure, really, because there's always going to be another show, and you'll like this next one that's coming up. I'm about to plug it. It is an arcade-themed show. There's an free arcade, right when you walk in. There's Galaga, Ninja Turtles.
I fucking love Galaga.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
I'm so bad at it, but I love it.
If I have to work out some kind of prize kind of deal with the venue owner because he has the high score. the Galaga high score.
So if someone beats Galaga...
If someone beats the high score, there should be some kind of, like, prize involved. I don't know what that is yet, but it's an Asian-owned business. It's another reason to support it.
Okay, send me the link. I'll go.
And Asian-owned... It's right off of Woodman and Oxnard. It's really close.
That's not even far.
It's really close, yeah.
There's an arcade on Woodman and Oxnard?
It's not an arcade. It just has arcades in it.
So it's like a barcade.
It's kind of like a barcade, because there will be concession sales at the venue, but we got to be a little hush wink about hush, because there's gonna be food for sale, and they'll have, like, booze and stuff like that. Just keep that low key.
Yeah.
And there's, like, arcade before the show, so you can, like, vibe a little bit. And
do they have Puzzle Bobble?
No.
Damn.
There's no Puzzle Bobble.
It's my fucking favorite.
There's like a 4-man beat 'em up like X-Men. There's like a 4-person beat 'em up Ninja Turtles. There's Marvel vs. Capcom. There's like a Terminator 2 like shooter thing. There's one that doesn't work. I forget what it's called because it doesn't fucking work.
Doesn't matter then.
And it's really good. The vending machine right there sells Pocky. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's $10. Cover. Bring your friends. The comics I book are nerd oriented.
Oh, so I assume Ray Cabato will be there?
No, but he's on my radar for the next one.
Okay.
Because I offered him to do the one in April, but there was a conflict with a gig. And
he's been everywhere too.
He's everywhere, yeah. And there's a lot of really good comics that I have like on my radar, but I can only book so many at a time. So there's like this producer pressure of, oh fuck, not only do I need bodies in seats, I need to book someone who I can rely on that will fit the theme of the show. And Ray is one of those guys that would fit the theme of the show really well. He's busy doing other stuff, but I just got to catch him on another day because I'm going to do the venue. I'm doing the show at the last Saturday of the month, every month, and in order to keep that going, I need, ticket sales, and there's always like pressure for that, but on my end. And it's a really fun show. Yeah. You would love it so much. The guys I have booked on the show are doing like, nerd-related humor, so it'll be up your alley. It'll be super fucking fun. And, Asian-owned. So, now you don't have an excuse.
Fuck.
But there'll always be another one next month. If you miss it, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm at Flappers every Friday, it's fine.
I think the last time I bought tickets for your show was, I was on my honeymoon, but it was your birthday.
Yes, that one.
So I explicitly bought, I think, if not 2 tickets, and I said, well, I'm not going to be there, but I'll buy tickets anyway.
You bought 2 tickets, and that's great, and thank you for that. That one's at the Good Night. So now I have 2 shows.
The Good Night, that's past the
that's in North Hollywood.
Past the Red Line, right?
Yes. That's the bigger show that I pay.
That's the one where Ashley came.
Yes.
Ran into your friend who kept going, why aren't you on stage? And I was in my head going, because I'm only funny when I talk to people.
Right. Well, on stage is talking to people.
Who don't talk back.
Right.
Who don't talk back.
It's rough. It's rough. But, now that I'm doing these 2 shows, I get hit up by people at like 3 o'clock in the morning asking for spots. People that I don't even like. People that I don't want to work with are hitting me up, and I'm going like, ugh.
Well, there's a reason why you don't be a fucking jackass in the industry.
Exactly.
It sucks because you have to play this weird balance between being your fucking self and not being fucking boring as hell. It's so boring you're inoffensive. It's so boring you are offensive.
Well, also like, being respectful. There's a guy, no names, there's a dude that hit me up, and I found out that he's banned from a couple of open mics from just taking pictures of women without their consent. He's just being sneaky with it. He's just doing this. It's like, dude, no, that's gonna make me look bad.
Yeah.
If I book you for my show, because I can't be responsible for your actions.
And if you don't know this, then everyone just goes, well, then you didn't do your due diligence and research who you hired.
So like I find out about things and I go like, okay, who do I not book? And I find out about shit. It's like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna go tell everyone out there that this person like does this stuff. But I'm just gonna go, and if people ask, then I'll tell. There's a dude that like hits his girlfriend. It's not good. It's not good. And he's like, hey, when am I gonna be on your show? And I'm like, well, he doesn't know that I know. He doesn't know that I know. But I'm cordial in public because I don't want to make a scene.
Because what's terrifying is, if he knows you know, he'll ask why. He'll ask his girlfriend why you know.
Yeah, he'll find out how I know. And I know because of his girlfriend.
Which means she's gonna get it, which is the sad fucking truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why abuse victims, and then this is honestly my soapbox, because, you know, I grew up with an abusive father, and my...
I draw the line there. I'm like, I'm not working with you.
So, you know, like, and, you know, and you remember my ex who emotionally and verbally, who emotionally... Actually, I finally came to terms with the fact that he also sexually abused me.
Oh, shit.
He never, like, it was never, like, physical. It was always the threat.
The threat? That counts.
Yeah, no, it's also, it would be stuff that he would do in the middle of sex to degrade me that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Which, you know, instantly revokes consent. I was like, I would have never fucked you if you were going to do that to me.
Right, yeah, safe words, you know, things like that nature.
You know, things I never tell people. He once smeared shit on me during sex.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell people because that's really fucking shame.
Was that a thing?
I was ashamed. No, he just thought it would be funny.
Oh, so that's not even like some kind of like 2 girls, 1 cup kind of sick kink or whatever.
No, he literally reached behind him, shat in his hand.
Oh, dude, no.
Because we were in the shower, it was somehow okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, he's scum, and
Yeah, when I find out,
sorry for his kid.
When I find out about shit like that, dude, like especially because comics are psychos, that's a prerequisite. That's already there. But like that kind of like behavior like that, that's from like, dude, I'm not gonna work with you.
No,
that's gonna make me look bad, and I don't want that either.
But yeah, so like, you know, so this is kind of my soapbox, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah, I draw the line there, and I was raised by a single mother, you know, so
you can't
do that shit,
and it's so hard to fight it.
Yeah.
For the people who are in it, because they've been conditioned to believe that it's either okay or something is frightening them into staying. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for the people who know to do anything about it. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than an unhinged abuser.
Yeah, it's
very little worse.
I have a theory on, and this isn't my original thought, I heard it from somewhere, but there's a theory lurking around going like, well, maybe some people condition themselves to be acquainted with that behavior because when we're kids, you have a crush, an elementary school crush.
They tell you to pull her hair.
Yeah, they bully you and shit. It's like, oh, and then your parents go, oh, she's just doing that because he or she likes you or whatever. And then you go, oh, so they like me. So being mean means they like you. So you get accustomed to go, oh, this person's hurting my feelings or whatever. That means that they love me.
Yeah, or
that's not, you know.
In my experience, the honeymoon phase is it's an addiction.
Yeah.
The high after the low, because you fight I stand by it. I really stand by it. Nothing feels better than makeup, cuddles, and sex.
Yeah, that's great too. Yeah.
So, and you know, and because it makes you think everything is okay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, my husband and I, we don't fight. We don't yell at each other. The only time really that he ever really yelled at me and was mad was the day his dad died.
That's justifiable. Yeah, that's a pass.
I had to make sure something was good before we left the house, and he saw that I wasn't walking towards the front door, so he yelled, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right. Yeah.
And and that's like, and that is the angriest I've ever heard him in my life. Yeah. Yeah. And we've been together for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
And I was like, that's a pass, right? But we disagree a lot. We disagree, not a lot, but like when we disagree vehemently because we are stubborn pieces of shit. And so, you know, like back to Tears of the Kingdom, he likes to go through story, I like to be in the world and explore everything. And we nitpick at each other over whose play style is better. Yeah,
so you don't watch each other play, do you? Because of that reason?
Sometimes. If we're in the overworld and it's something like, you know, there's a quest where you're at the not the Akala stable. I keep going back to Akala. It's not that one. Where you're at a stable and he's like, I want to see a Skelehorse. Well, he just found the Skelehorse. I haven't found it yet. And so I went, shit, where is that?
Where is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And to me, I don't mind stuff like that because, you know, it's not a team effort, but there are things that can be.
There's little things that can be team efforts.
Yeah, like he wanted to get on the Light Dragon. He knows the Master Sword is there. He hasn't been to the Korok Forest, but he knows it's there because he's seen every fucking geoglyph. Yeah.
So he's kind of doing what I'm doing. No,
he's sussed the story out already. Yeah. I'll see shit and he'll be like, yeah, I saw that already, and he just waits for my reaction. Because I'm exploring the world, not doing story shit. But when I was on that island of the sky, the Light Dragon passed by the very first time. So I said, shit, look, it's over here. And then I look at the time and I go, and he goes, oh, okay, so about 7 p.m. I know to be here.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, that's the kind of team effort.
Yeah.
Team effort. But yeah, so cycling back, when we argue, when we disagree and getting spats, nothing feels better than cuddling after and feeling like things are okay.
Right.
And it's so much...
That doesn't mean it's okay to fuck up again.
No, it's not.
And then have more makeup sex.
But it feels okay. But it makes things feel okay. Your serotonin rises, you know, your dopamine rises. And you think things are good. And when you're in an abusive relationship, when that happens... And what's sad is it happens less and less the further you go in, is that it feels better every time. Because now things are okay. Things are finally good. After so long of being upset and angry and thinking that you're crazy, things finally feel good. You know, it's that oasis in the middle of a desert. Yeah. And then it's not again. But it never was okay. Yeah. You're still in a fucking desert. It doesn't matter that you found a puddle of water. Yeah, I have that with comedy now, like just the grind, the hustle and grind of it. Like I can't fuck my hustle. Sadly, I can't, have a nice dinner with, across from someone that I really care about. Just because, like, I mean, I've thought about, being in relationships over the past, like, so I haven't been in a relationship in over 10 years. Yeah. I've, like, fucked around, but I haven't been in, like, a committed thing. It's work,
It's a lot of work.
Have a job.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I have fucking 3 jobs. These bags fly for free. And, I would have to find someone that would support that and have enough time of the day for vice versa.
So might potentially have a flexible schedule, flexible enough to meet you where you are.
Yeah, it's rough stuff.
At our age, most people work 9 to 5s. The flexibility is not a thing when you get to a certain age.
It's rough, and I've been asked, like, oh, well, why don't you just, like, get with a comic? No.
You mean another lunatic?
Another crazy person. I mean, there's a thin line there because you have to, it's a delicate balance.
I mean, I want
to do something, because that's who I'm around.
I don't want to say the fucked up thing, but I don't know any comedians who make it who've been able to keep their marriages afloat.
There's a few,
but it's rare.
There's a few. It's very rare.
But it speaks to the stress. Yeah. It speaks to the distance it puts between you and somebody.
It's loving the work. It's sharing that love for the work.
Unless you love the work. Comedy
right.
is
you
hard.
Have to love the work.
Comedy will be your first part. Will be your spouse first and foremost.
Yeah, and until some fucking lady comes around and was like, "Hey, you want to have a kid?" I'm like, "No, too many nuts in this bag of trail mix." I'll have to already have made it first for me to even... I can barely take care of myself.
To consider being able to pay for the therapy of the fucked up kid you'll make.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, it's another complicated issue for me because my mom was in entertainment adjacent.
And I remember she was always busy, right?
She was always busy, because if I am successful to that caliber, dude, I won't have time to spend with a child. I don't know my dad.
And a child who will want to know you.
Right.
A child who will only know you based on videos they see of you.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want that.
If they even see it at all, right?
Yeah,
how many famous people have their kids don't watch shit?
Yeah, I wouldn't want that for my offspring, because when my mom worked, I practically lived at the babysitters, and there was borderline neglect issues. Not her fault at all. She needed to work, but because she was doing it by herself, that's what made it really hard. And this is the line of work that I am in pursuit of. So it's like, dude, kids are out of the question. My mom was 37 when she had me.
Damn.
So, the clock was ticking. So until I reach that age, and maybe I'll have maybe I'll be able to.
That means your mom had a kid in her 40s with your brother.
She was 40 when she had my brother, yeah. Wow. Yeah. And that was because she had him, because it's like, oh, well, he needs a buddy to play with, because he's all by himself.
Well, that's what my mom that's actually what my mom said. So my mom... so I say it's the weirdest fucking thing. My mom is from the boonies in the Philippines. Oh, fun fact: bundok is actually a Tagalog word. So when you say
boondock,
the boondocks.
The boondocks is a Tagalog word.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, boondock.
I did not know that.
It's for a mountain.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, the word came into use during American occupation in the Philippines. you're out here in the boonies.
I look at Boondock Saints completely differently now.
Yeah.
Because now I imagine the whole cast, they're all Filipino. And they're
not. They probably don't know the etymology.
Yeah.
They know the colloquial term.
I'm imagining that the whole plot of that whole movie and game is like, they should all be Filipino.
So my mom is quite literally from the boonies.
That's so funny.
And
wow.
yet somehow she's an only child.
Huh.
Her mom had her at 40 after 2 failed pregnancies.
Wow.
Yeah.
And people have kids because, child labor laws are probably different and they make...
No. Actually, where my mom's from, they think children are blessings. And spoil the shit out of them and dote on them. And my mom got spoiled the fuck out of it.
Yeah, because she's the only one.
Her parents had nothing.
Oh,
Her
wow.
Christmas trees growing up were like these Wallace Brown brooms. She'd hang it upside down and put paper chains on it.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, but she's an only child.
The boonies come from a Filipino word. That's so
right.
fucked. Because I hear rednecks say that shit all the time. Like, now that's another word that white people stole. Oh, shit.
I mean, honestly, I don't even want to consider that stealing. I think that's just an evolution of...
An evolution of the term? Well, because...
I love studying the way words evolve.
Yeah.
And by study, I mean, I like seeing how it travels and not really do any actual work studying it. Mm-hmm. I like to observe.
Yeah.
Observe. Not study, observe, right? And what I think is really... So when people always bitch, oh my god, I hate this new slang, you just sit there and you're like, why? Mm-hmm. Why? You just don't like things new that you weren't there... You don't like things that weren't part of your formative years. Right.
Oh, and then there's the opposite kind of the coin where older people say young, like when Gen X people say Gen Z phrases, that scares me. I'm like, oh, you're trying to fit in. Just do your fucking thing.
It's one thing if it occurs naturally, right? Like the word yas, right?
Yas, yeah, I've been hearing that
I remember when I first started hearing it, and I was like, what? And as a nerd, I'm like, yus, like Y-U-S, yus.
No, it's yas.
Yeah. But and I was like, one time I said it ironically, I was like, yas. Mm-hmm. But then it just caught on, right? You hear it enough, you're overexposed to it. Yeah. So soldiers in the Philippines were in the literal boondocks. They were in the mountains, right? That's what they call it. Yeah. So that's what they call it, boondocks. Mm-hmm. You say boondock like a white guy, or like an American, boondocks. Uh-huh. And then that's the word for it. So it's like any of us shortening any word.
Yeah. Like sus.
Yeah, it's short.
Suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they did that because a lot of people that age don't know how to spell suspicious, so they just put sus. That's my theory. Or no, it was that game. What was that game? Ah, shit. My niece played it a lot. Yes, that one. Because if someone is sus,
Green is sus.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that checks out. It happens with any generation, and that it's happening to us now, where we're like cringing at the new shit.
Yeah, like I hear someone say Riz, and I go,
what the fuck is Riz?
Riz is, I believe it's a diminutive of the word charisma.
Okay.
So if you have Riz, you've got style, you have appeal.
I think of the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. That's who I think of.
Yeah, but I actually, to bring Riz around, I remember hearing someone bitch about the word Riz. Uh-huh. And I was like, it's short for the word charisma, if I'm right. You know what?
Let's do the Google check.
Yeah, no, fuck this
We're
shit.
We're gonna make that a theme.
fuck that shit.
How's it spelled? Is it
R-I-Z-Z?
R-I-Z-Z?
Riz, meaning, Riz, believe, it is, okay, so it's the first thing on Google. What does Riz mean? Believe it or not, Riz is actually a shortened version of charisma. Or a personal quality of presence or charm.
I still think it's just too many letters and people don't want to type it.
The only time I'll pull out standard American.
Oh, Jesus. Is when you're defining a word, you do the standard American? Shit.
I pull out my inner Deborah Ross Sullivan. I remember, my favorite fucking thing for her to go, do you want a pen or a pin?
Right.
Or, to sure an egg is to bake it in water. What you are saying is sure. Uh-huh. And
are you in the South? Where are you right now?
We want to come back to the mythical land of standard America.
That class.
I love her.
Yeah, I loved the teachers at that school. I didn't like the school itself. Separate conversation.
Yeah.
With her is that she made me. Her class turned certain incorrect phrases as red flags to me. Like when someone says escape rather than escape, I hate that person.
Yeah. The only one I give
or
a pass...
especially... Stop.
The one thing I give a pass for is, like, if someone goes, I axed you something,
yeah,
because I know that's just Av.
Yeah.
But that's also where I had that love of learning linguistics, right? And the way dialects move through places and change. It informs so much of the people who... A dialect informs so much about the people who were there, who developed the land, the people who were there before you. You know, I had a hard time using my hard T's and D's sounds, right? And I have my theory is it's because I grew up with Filipino family.
Yeah, your T's and your D's and your F's and your P's are the same thing. Yeah, over there, white brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so instead of going over, like, what is that? What's that?
What is that?
Yeah, what's that? That, right? Like, I don't, like the TH, I don't, I have a really hard time hitting those.
And that's my camera battery dying. That means we gotta do the rest of it on audio.
Oh boy. That's okay.
Shit. You know, that's all good. That's been a great fucking episode, dude. We just went for 2 hours. You're the longest recording.
Holy shit. Yeah, well, I mean, it's because we're friends.
Yeah, we're tight. We're tight. That was fucking awesome. Well, I don't want to give the YouTube release of this version any fucking longer because people love looking at our faces. I
hate my face. I'm sorry you have to look at it too.
No, I gotta look at me. I gotta look at fucking tassel face for the next 6.5 fucking hours.
I had the thought and I didn't want to say it. You should totally add that.
I'm going to.
What I think would be really cool, design-wise, if your beard was so fucking long, it actually read out the Jaking Off show.
Huh. I gotta do some schematics for that. I gotta do, JOS logo redo. I'm gonna think about that. I mean,
it might be a little too, like, curly, because, you know, like, anything written in hair almost seems either gross or girly.
Right? Something to think about. I just jotted it down right here. You're giving me so many ideas already. You've given me ideas this whole fucking episode.
Oh, yay.
Well, this has been Hanna Sturgeon. This has been my homie. You're the second non-comic on the show, because people, like, listen to comedians with podcasts, like, oh, you're just going to talk about comedy the whole time? And I'm thinking, I don't need to do that. We could just hang. We could just fucking hang, and it's all fucking good.
I mean, what most of the best art comes from people who get their friends and go, hey, I have an idea. Let's do this shit.
Let's do this stupid shit.
And no one's a fucking artist. No one's a fucking comedian. Everyone's just fucking friends, because you have the best time with your friends, right?
Right, yeah, of course.
So if you have the best time with your friends, people will have the best time watching
Yes,
you.
and it's not even work. No. It's not even work. It's fucking great. I love you so much. You were the guinea pig on the first episode of this, and this is the latest. This is how far we've come now. And you're gonna see it next Friday when this is out.
Fuck.
Yes, God, that was 4 years ago?
4 years ago.
Fuck, that was 4 years ago.
You know, we don't pretend the years 2020 to 2022 exist.
We don't, yeah. It's kind of a blur.
Well, because, like, you know, you were in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Nobody went outside.
Yeah.
I consider the beginning of a new day the first time I go the moment I touch grass. Mm-hmm. So it's still... So as of today, it is May 13th.
It's May 13th.
That's something I should...
Oh, yeah. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. You give me lots of love and light. Okay, thanks. Die, everybody.